I keep trying to go live with a horizontal orientation, and I need to just try to do it with a different phone. So here we are again, vertically going live. Um, I have a little bit of a story time. Don't mind that stuff in the back. Yeah, if I could have had the orientation I wanted, then I wouldn't have to worry about the shit in the back. Well, yeah, maybe I would, but still, okay. Let's make sure my mic sounds right. Anyway, this throws me off whenever this happens because it's just not what I wanted, but it'll do for now. It'll do for now. So, funny story. I have to use the credits that I have purchased long ago. I found out that some credits were running out, were expiring soon. So, since they're already mine, I'm going to do what I can to get those credits credited and to use them for what they were intended for. Thusly, I'm gonna be going live. I'm gonna be going live to um, get to talk about books, to talk about things that I'm reading, um, and use up these credits. I I have an impossible task. The impossible task is to record 57 hours worth of video in 52 days. And I'm going to try. I'm going to see what I can do. I'm going to try to crank it on out. I'm adventurous. I'm adventurous. So what the heck? I might as well go for it, right? So that being said, I have a few, and I know it's early in the morning. It's early in the morning where I am. It may not be early in the morning where you are, but this is the time that I have allotted for these things. So that's how I'm gonna do these things. So I have a book that I'm reading currently. Um, I have a book that I just finished that I really liked a lot. And I have a book that I need to take back to the library. So here goes. Let's talk about this one. I recently read How We Get Free, Black Feminism and the Combahee River Collective. So thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know how to do that. Two different comments. So, um, this was a good read. This was an informative read, and I read about it. Basically, the book has the Combahee River Collective statement in in the book, and then it has interviews with um, two people who were a part of creating the statement, and another lady that was involved. Or okay, yes, I'm sorry. It was three ladies that were involved in creating the statement, and Alicia Garza, which I thought it was Alicia, but the audiobook narrator said Alicia, and I don't think that's how you pronounce her name. But either way, the statement was fascinating. I can't say that it was new information, but it was still really cool to read the original statement that they wrote with the Combahee River Collective, and see where some of these concepts and terms came from originally. And it was like, it was just harrowing to hear what they were going through when they wrote the collective statement, and the things that they were facing in the 70s, that required them to break off from the larger feminist groups and the larger Black Power groups and form the Combahee River Collective, which um, created a manifesto for Black feminism and created like some of a lot of the it brought awareness to the things that they were facing at the time, and things that we're still facing. And yeah, it really was the first time that it verbalized some of these concepts of why we need these type of groups, and why we need the unity and the power that coming together provides marginalized people and community. You know, you come together in community, and things are, you're able to collaborate with your thinking and able to put things on paper and really like hammer out um, the difficulties, and kind of work through all of the things that you all face apart, and then you come together as a collective, and it's easier to face some of those things together. um, so that was um, important to read, and really want a copy of this book now, because it's a good reference. It's a great reference for what was going on at the time, for feminism at the time. And it's important for us to go back to some of these works today, because we're facing so much today. And to reach back in history and see how these type of things were dealt with back then, can give us ideas to move forward in the future, and ways of collaborating, ways of forming community at a time when it's important. It's important for us to get together and support each other, and see things through. We are seeing firsthand how collectively, we are able to create change, and is it's good to reach back and see how those things happened long ago, because they can happen again. They can happen again, but we're gonna have to lock in and get serious about what we want to see, and find ways to strategize together. Um, as for the interviews, the ladies that the three ladies that were interviewed for the book that created the collective statement, I really did enjoy seeing the three different perspectives of what was going on at the time. And it was cool because you get a lot of little bits and pieces putting those interviews together. Um, and then it was I really did like uh, reading Alicia Garza's um, views on the Combahee River Collective, how it impacted her, and also throughout the interviews, they talk about resources and books that you can look up and go back to and get even more information out of, because they're talking about the books that they were reading at the times, books that influenced them. Um, and this, I just read Alicia Garza's book not too long ago. Um, so that was a lot of context on her and what she was thinking when she and she created her collective, got together in her community, and they created the Black Lives Matter um, movement and collective. So that was that. I'm not gonna say that it's. I feel like it's essential because we need to know the history of Black feminism. This isn't the complete history of Black feminism, but this capture a moment in time where the people who needed the the feminist collective, the people who needed it, did what they needed to do to get it on paper and create something that lasted. Documentation, like documenting that, I think is a really cool aspect of this. Okay, another now. Okay, if you weren't here at the beginning of the video, what I have to do is, now I have been like doing book content, booktube content. I've been doing it for a while now, and I am at a place where I need to ramp it up because I have credits expiring, and so I'm trying to get rid of those credits. Well, I'm trying to use those credits. I'm trying to use them properly. So I'm gonna be going live so that I can talk about these books and talk about my book content, and also use up the credits before they expire, which is going to be. I think it's only going to be stressful because I haven't done it before, um, and I'm having to do it urgently, so I'm not prepared. I wasn't really prepared to go live, but then when I realized that these credits are expiring soon as hell, then I'm like, okay, let me just like get this together and go live. Hopefully, by the end of this period, I'll have gone live so much that it'll be a piece of cake. And the content that I'm trying to create will also be a piece of cake. So I'm looking to connect with. I won't say. I'll say BookTube. Yeah, I'm looking to connect on BookTube, um, and I'm looking to find new books, man, because I really want to find 5-star reads. I don't know if if the viewers really realize it, but I feel like everyone is in search of 5-star reads, and the way to find the 5-star reads, the way to target the 5-star reads is to not only, read a lot of books, but also to participate in the book. I'm participating in online book culture, following people, and I'm keeping track of recommendations and keeping track of like who recommends what, and that way I can be like, okay, this person is a reliable recommender. This person maybe not so much, but maybe I like their videos, whatever. And all in search of the 5-star reads. They're gonna be different for everybody. That's what I realized. I realized that everyone is gonna have a different version of what is a 5-star read, and what they want to read, what they enjoy reading, and what they, want to spend their time doing, to not necessarily make them happy, but help us cope, help us deal with all the shit that is going. Adulting sucks. Adulting in 2026 sucks donkey dick. Like, I don't know how else to say this. Um, so yeah, I'm definitely in search of those 5-star reads. I'm also thinking of doing a Substack because I just be having thoughts and contemplations and reflections, not only on books, like on I watch, not a lot of I don't want to say I watch a lot of TV, but I watch certain things, and a lot of the times a lot of things that I insist on consuming is thought provoking. Like I don't really watch a lot of reality content or anything like that. Um, a lot of the content is just triggers reactions from me, but I don't really have a lot of places to talk about that, so I'll share my thoughts about the books and the movies, television shows on my Substack probably. So like I was just going through it because I'm a Marvel show fan. So I just finished season 2 of Jessica Jones, and I was bawling earlier. Like, oh my gosh, I was going. That's Jessica Jones took me through it. Jessica Jones season 2 took me through there, and it was a lot. But I appreciate that because Marvel, they they take so much time with their storylines. Marvel, I've been saying that Marvel is the goat. They're making the best content on TV right now. Well, correction, because I don't watch a lot of TV right now. But when I was watching these Marvel shows, they were coming around out around 2015, 2017 in that era, and I was watching them all originally at that time. Right now, I'm rewatching some of them with my son, so that's why we just finished season 2. And yeah, um, so I have a lot of thoughts on those type of things. Well, on definitely on Marvel shows, but yeah, I'm into a lot of dramas and crime shows. Not so much true crime, but crime fiction. That's where it's at. That's what the show's now. When it comes to books, I'm trying to get back into crime fiction and maybe um not crime fiction, but yeah, and thrillers, mysteries, that type of things. Because I was really big on mysteries when at a younger age, and I just finished a thriller, which it wasn't a great experience. It was a new thriller. I guess I can say, yeah, sure, I can say it's the new book is called Gone Before Goodbye. Is by Reese Witherspoon and Harlan Coben, which he has a bunch of Netflix shows out right now. Like I just seen like a second or third one. But quickly, this is the book cover. And so I don't have a problem with the book. I actually would reread it. I when I had got this a while ago, I got this at the store. Like, oh, I like Reese Witherspoon's projects, so I just grabbed the book. I was I was book shopping. You know how you are when you're book shopping. So you get stuff that you don't really need. Um, but it's a cute cover, and I really liked Wild, so I was like, oh, let me check this out. Then, like last week, I saw that the audio was on Libby. So I was like, oh, this is a perfect time to immersive read that book that I got a while ago. Um, Now, I knew it was like a thriller ish. I knew that. So when I grabbed it and read it, first of all, I couldn't really immersive read because I was busy. I had to work and everything. So I was more so listening to the audio, and I was kind of lost. And I think that's because of the mystery thriller aspect. Like, when you're a kid and you're reading mysteries or you're reading books, you're all in. You don't have nothing to do. When you're an adult and you're reading thrillers and you're reading mysteries, I I need a notebook. Who is this? Who? What character is this? How many times? Where this character come from? I mean, I'm old. I'm old, so I'm listening to the story, and she flying across the world. She on this plane going back to. I'm like, wait a second, slow down, slow down. So that was my experience with the thriller. Like I said, I have to go back when I have a little bit more time and, sit down and give it some more attention. And yeah, try again because I already know that reading thrillers and mysteries and whodunits, I like to take note of the characters and stuff. So when they come up, I know what the fuck is going on. I know which character is when it was referenced the first time. Is this his cousin? Is this her cousin? Is this her brother? Like, it's just easier if I can have a list of characters and kind of like refer to something visual. And also, I'm trying to annotate. I'm trying to annotate my books. Annotation is another large part of this journey. Like, I'm writing the books, and it's just helping my overall understanding. It's helping my overall comprehension. Everyone, we need to read and write at the same time. That's how we're gonna get through this whole comprehension crisis thing. Yeah. Um. Okay, so the book that I just finished August Lane. August Lane a it was recommended by quite a few channels, and it's kind of low key. Like, I haven't seen a lot of people talking about it, but the people that I have seen talking about August Lane have been raving about how wonderful it is, and I concur. I listened to the audio. The audio was amazing. The audio was great. I will be listening to it again when I get my copy of the book because I gave it 5 stars. And it was just exciting. And I was impressed because I am not a romance reader. Like, I'm just not in that headspace. So when I saw that that was available on audio, I was like, I've heard so much about this. I really wanted to read it. So what the hell, let me just try a romance. Like, I've been trying to try new things, so this is the perfect time for me to pick up a romance. I don't know when the last time I even read a romance. I might have been in high school last time I read a romance novel. But this one was really good. It was a really good pick. I it's about it's about a country music artist who is like trying to revive his career, trying to jumpstart his career. It's so he ends up going back to his hometown where his like first love lives, and it's kind of like a rekindling. It's also kind of like a enemies to lovers trope. And it may be a lovers to enemies to lovers trope because it's like, they're obviously, something happened in the past, and now they're thrust back together again. So it was really cute, the way they were pining for each other, which, like I said, I don't read romances, but a lot of the girlies complain about the longing. Like, these books need longing. That's what makes them interesting romance novels. So that one was definitely, I thought it was hot and heavy. I thought it had a lot of longing and pining in the pages, and I was like, this is really sweet. It brought about like an emotional reaction, so I appreciated that. And I also appreciated that it had um some references to actual country music. So that's something else. Like that's you gotta love a book. You gotta love a book that has references to other books. So I'm definitely gonna get a copy of August Lane to put on my shelf because yeah, I really appreciated it. And it was like very much so about trauma, like very much so about two people who have been through trauma and traumatized coming together and maybe possibly being each other's person, which we need to see more of that. I need to see more of that. I mean, says the person who doesn't read romance books, right? Like maybe I'll pick up some more romance books now, but um they're not going to be as good as August Lane. So, we'll see about that. Speaking of which, now on to what I'm reading now, which is, well, like you won't be able to see it, but it's called Luster. So, oh, yeah, no, I don't have a reference because I actually am reading it on my Kindle, which I don't read a lot on my Kindle, but I'm trying to read more on my Kindle. And the last thing I read on my Kindle, I flew through it. This book is crazy. Aside from I'm all over the place, but this book is wild. It's wild. It's wild and it's hot and heavy. And it's funny because, like, for me not to be a romance reader, I'm literally like reading a second, like, romance novel in reading a second romance novel within 1 week. So, okay, August Lane was like a traditional romance, and this is not a traditional romance. It's funny because when I started my book talk journey, I started a long time ago, probably like a year ago or more, and I started one of the first books I wanted to talk about was All Fours by Miranda July. This is reminding me of All Fours. This is Luster by Raven Leilani, and I'm reading it. I'm on chapter 3, and I'm reading it, and I'm like, this book is in the prose. This book is in like stream of consciousness. This can't just be me. This can't just be me. This book is written in a stream of consciousness, and it's dope. It's dope. It's unexpected. It's in your face. It's pretty. It's sexy, but it's also, for me, it's also kind of like it's the literature is there. What is it called? Lit fic. The literary fiction is also there. She just happens to be a sexaholic. Let's put it that way. Yeah. So I was going to do like a reading sprint on here, but y'all don't really seem like the reading sprint kind of people. I don't know. I really messed myself up by waiting this long to use these credits. Um, but you know what? I could do some live reaction. I would do some live reaction. Um, yeah, because I talk a lot. I am always talking and interacting with what I read. So when I last left off, the narrator was she was in trouble at her job, and she was blaming a coworker. You know, she may have had relations with the wrong coworker, and she thinks that that may be why she gotten in trouble at her job or fired. I'm not really sure which one. And then it went into a discussion. Well, not a discussion, but it went into a story about someone else that she um, was sleeping with. And right at the end of the last chapter, she had gotten caught by that person's wife. Quebecois. Quebecois. Quebecois is an interesting word. Is that like Quebecese? People who are Chicagoans? Quebecoians? People from Quebec? Isn't this cute? I know. Girl, what are you talking about? People be doing random stuff on live, so I figure I can do this. I see. What's a deb? Do you guys know what a deb is? A deb with $5 packs of high waisted panties. Oh, that's a store. Old school. I'm like reading this really close to my fucking face. I wish I had a picture of Lester. Let me show you. I'm gonna show you the picture. Okay. Did I tell you that I'm over 40? Okay. That worked. Can I see the... No, that's not what I want. I want to see the book cover. Okay, this is page 43. Okay, show me the cover. Do y'all have a Kindle? I have a Kindle. This is a Kindle, and I'm like, I don't know how to use it. I know how to use it, but I... Here it is. Blisteringly smart and fan yourself sexy. New York Times bestseller. Luster, a novel by Raven Leilani. So yeah, this is what I'm reading now, and it is dope. Highly anticipated. This is an interesting cover. It's an afro on the cover. That's an afro and a neck. I'm not gonna say too much about Lester, but Lester is literally um, a company that makes hair products here. Um, but yeah, definitely sexy, definitely smart. Because I'm reading this like I'm, I'm kind of like, dang, this is kind of over my head. It's so funny because like my last session, she was talking about all these people that she had bedded, and I was like, for a person again who does not read romances, this is pretty fucking spicy. These dang books are gonna convert me because I know that Lester is about to be like a 5-star read. I can already tell by the way people talk about it. But I'm about to cut this live. It's been fun and shit, but I don't think I can read on live. Y'all are strong. Definitely not like in this position. Like if I was like comfortable as hell in one of them big old comfy reading chairs and I could just kick my feet up and stuff, then yeah, maybe I could read in front of y'all. But I ain't got it like that. And again, abruptly pulling together, urgently not prepared, all of that has me freaking not comfy. Plus, it's doesn't look like it, but it's bedtime. So I'm gonna read this, and I'll tell you about it tomorrow. How about that? How about that? I won't read on live, but like I'll just come back and tell you all about it. Happy reading.